There are occasions when showing fitness challenge progress in the form of a race map is more effective at encouraging participation by adding realism and scale. For instance, an organization could run a virtual race between all their office locations. They would pick a location as their starting line and another as their finish line, then add all of the locations in between as waypoints. As participants accumulate points, their marker would move along the route until they reach the finish line. Optionally, participants could compete in teams, or the challenge could be set up where all participants cooperate in one team to reach the finish line together. To use a map as your leaderboard, you will first need to create a challenge using the ChallengeRunner platform. You will then need to enable the map feature in ChallengeRunner, set a starting line, a finish line, and any waypoints. Optionally, if you would like to know the exact order in which participants cross a waypoint or reach the finish line, you can add milestones to your race. Finally, invite participants to your race. For the purposes of this demonstration, I will create a simple walking challenge, but any type of challenge can use a map as a leaderboard to mark participant progress. After logging in as a challenge admin, click the Create Challenge button. Select the Generate a Walking Challenge option and click Next. Click Next twice to select the default options and then select a start and an end date. Click Finish when ready. Your challenge has now been created. You could add additional activities if desired, but instead I'll click the Challenge Map button for this challenge. On the Challenge Map dialog, check the Enable Map box. Here you will see some additional options are visible. By default, the ratio of points to distance is set to 2,000 points to 1 mile. This is roughly how many steps are in a mile. You can change this ratio to whatever you like based on your activities. If you would like participants to move across the map faster, set the ratio lower. If you would like to slow participant progress, raise the ratio higher. Another option is whether to use actual roads for participants moving across your map or use straight lines. Roads can help simulate the actual route and distance a physical race would use, but sometimes, like when racing between continents, straight lines must be used between waypoints. When you are ready to add your starting line, click the Add Waypoint button. The first waypoint that you enter automatically becomes your starting line. Enter the city and state or country in the provided text box and click the Add Waypoint button. If the system can identify the waypoint, it will replace the text entered with the location as retrieved from Map API. If desired, you can edit the updated text or leave it as is. Click Save when ready. Click the Add Waypoint button again to add another waypoint or the finish line. After entering in San Diego as my waypoint and clicking Save, the Challenge Map dialog now shows my starting line as Las Vegas and my first waypoint as San Diego. It also shows the distance, based on the 2,000 to 1 mile ratio, between the two locations. Click the Add Waypoint button to add another waypoint or the finish line. I added San Francisco as the finish line. The distance number displays the number of points from the starting line to each waypoint and not the distance between waypoints. The map is now ready to use, and you can click Save to finish, or you can optionally add milestones to one or more waypoints. Adding milestones allows you to know when a participant or team crosses a waypoint or reaches the finish line. To do this, click the Add a Milestone button next to the waypoint. If you need to know who reaches the finish line first, check the box next to Record when participant crosses this milestone. Click the Save button twice to clear the dialog boxes. Now that the challenge has been created and the race map added to My Challenge, participants can now be invited to enroll in the challenge. In order to test the map, I have added some participants from a prior challenge. Now we can add some data for our participants so that we can test the race map as a leaderboard. After entering data for the test participants, the secondary map leaderboard tab shows participants' position along the race route. However, you can also make the race map the main leaderboard that participants see when they view the challenge. To do this, click the Edit Challenge button next to the challenge name and select Map from the main leaderboard dropdown. Since the current points to miles ratio is high, we are not moving across the map very quickly. Let's change the ratio to 30:1 so that participants can progress faster. Now, when a participant logs in, they will see the map as their main leaderboard, and as a result of our map ratio change, the participants have progressed much farther across the map and are on the way to completing our challenge. Thank you for viewing this demonstration of ChallengeRunner Race Map Leaderboards. For more information on running a challenge with map leaderboards, please navigate to challengerunner.com/features/fitness challenge map or use the QR code.